Welcome to the PeakDay podcast, where we discuss fertility and natural family planning with our friends. Today's guest is Rebecca Harpring. Rebecca is the founder of Covenant Resources Miscarriage Ministry. She has a background as a nurse, a pregnancy resource center director, and as a Creighton model fertility care practitioner. After her first miscarriage, she and her husband were inspired to create the Little Souls Cemetery for miscarried babies in their parish cemetery. As interest increased, they then started working to establish other Little Souls cemeteries across the nation. As a result, her Covenant Resources Miscarriage Ministry was established. Rebecca has been married to her husband Chris for 11 years, and they have 4 young children who are also involved in their ministry, doing data entry, assembling totes, or promoting the ministry at various events. In her free time, Rebecca likes to do activities and crafts with her children and visit historical places, ride bikes around town, or go on walks with her family. Welcome, Rebecca, to the PeakDay podcast.
Thank you.
So tell us about the inspiration for Little Souls Cemetery and Covenant Resources.
When we had our miscarriage, even though my husband was 100% supportive, even though I knew that this was a baby from conception, I felt guilty asking the priest to do the graveside services and take time out of his busy schedule because I didn't see anybody else doing it.
Mm-hmm.
However, once we buried our babies and we were open about our miscarriage and telling people about it, we had so many families come and say, I wish I would have known I could bury. I didn't have a place to bury. I let the hospital take care of my baby's remains, and now I don't know where my baby is. And so that's when I told my husband, I said, maybe we could bring something good out of our loss to help these other families. And so we approached the priest. He was very supportive, allowed us to start the Little Souls Cemetery. And then we found out there were people coming from the community into the Catholic cemetery to sit on the bench out there and mourn their own loss. And so that's how it ended up growing into becoming a nonprofit, because we did it separate from our church and started our own, because this isn't just a Catholic issue. People of all faiths have a miscarriage. And so that's how it kind of grew into now we have this nonprofit.
So how does your background as a nurse and a pregnancy resource center director, and even as a Creighton model fertility care practitioner, make you more receptive to this inspiration that you had?
Because of my background, my parents were very much taught us that life begins at conception, which is what we were also teaching all the women at the pregnancy center. This is a baby. This is your child from conception. So just having that understanding of the dignity of every human life made me want to be able to bury my own babies and provide them with a dignified final resting place, and provide that for other families. As a Creighton model practitioner, I was face to face with other families going through miscarriages. And so after we had our own miscarriage, how I worked with the women that I taught Creighton model, it changed because I had a different perspective on it. And I had a different sense of what these women might need. And I no longer actually teach Creighton because we had so many people coming for the miscarriage resources. But a big part of our ministry is also referring them back to their natural family planning instructors, referring them to NAPRO doctors, the couple to couple league instructors, and saying, you don't have to, I have women say, I've had 5 miscarriages, here's some people that you can contact that could help you figure out, why am I having miscarriages? Here's medical treatment that is in line with treating you as you and your husband in that the way God intended for marriage to be, and so that's also played a part in how we've developed this ministry and being able to give women resources, not just here's how we help you with your current miscarriage, but how do we keep this from happening over and over again?
So, what would you like to see happen for women who are experiencing a miscarriage, and how would she contact your ministry?
What I would like to see happen is that women go away instead of saying, I wish I knew, is I am so glad I knew.
Yeah.
I want to simplify the process with them. I want them to go away
Mm-hmm.
knowing there are options. I want them to
Mm-hmm.
go away knowing that I am allowed to bury my baby. Even if
Mm-hmm.
I don't see other people around me doing it, their burying of their baby may raise awareness for the next mom to help
Right.
her out.
Right.
Their being open to, I lost a baby,
Mm-hmm.
may help the other mom go, okay, I'm not alone. If I'm in this
Mm-hmm.
situation, I have somebody I can go and talk to.
Well, that's beautiful, Rebecca. Thank you for your ministry and for just seeing all the little details are taken care of. So, somebody who is going through the miscarriage process has, the resources that they need. Thank you so much.
Well, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to be able to give this to women.
Thank you again, Rebecca, for being on the Peak Day podcast.
Thank you so much.